So, I don't know if you can see, but today, at the start of this video at least, the sun is approaching the sunset zone, I'm gonna call it. I don't know what the scientific word is, but the sun right there is approaching the sunset zone, and it's gonna look very beautiful, I think. Um, and usually, I don't like to share these types of this type of ignore the trash right there, somebody littered, I guess. But usually I don't like to share my personal business necessarily with, you know, with my, on the internet, because I don't have social media. So that tells you a lot right there, I'm sure, right? But I've been doing something that's been going viral lately. Not completely viral. A lot of guys don't even know about this, but I've been doing semen retention for the past, I'd say the past year. I had a 30-day streak, then I relapsed, then I had I believe it was a 54-day streak after that, then I relapsed, and then I had a 247-day streak. I relapsed a few days before 250 days. I know that's a lot, but I did cold showers, which I still do, and just trying to make my energy transmute it into other areas of my life. And so fast forward to now, I relapsed after 247 days. I started back up again, and right now as we speak, my current streak is since February 20th. So I would say that's roughly 73 days is my latest streak. And I'm not doing it to attract women. All right, I knew that going in, that was going to be, you might as well relapse if you're going to do that. I don't do it to be more alpha or strong, because since I started this journey about a year ago, I realized that people, especially men, are just way more intimidated by you, and they're gonna treat you really hostile. So I didn't do it to be intimidating. I didn't do it for the female attention. I didn't do it to be better than anybody. I did it because the world that we're in right now, the times require a man to just, the bare minimum is to retain your seed. The bare minimum. Like, we're all guys. We have vices. If you're a guy watching this video, I'm a man, so from my perspective, we all have vices. Some people smoke cigs, some people do weed, some people drink, some people are addicted to video games, Netflix. They're really bad with money. You name it. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying the scenarios I've witnessed in my life. We're guys. We're not perfect. Okay, cool. Work on those vices you have. But the bare minimum, throughout all those vices you're working through, I believe you need to at least do semen retention. If you're not doing long streaks like me, you gotta at least have it on and off, alright? You gotta have it on and off. Go 60, 90 days, and then if you relapse, okay, that's okay. At least you're gonna jump back on the horse again. I'm not condoning or forcing you guys to do it, and I'm not forcing or condoning y'all to relapse if you are doing it right now. Semen retention, that is. All I'm saying is, don't beat yourself up in the process, because it's a journey. And like I said, I had those 30 days I relapsed. I didn't care, because it was just 30 days. I was new to it. Then I said, you know what? I actually felt pretty good that whole month. I'm going to do it again. I reached up to 54 days. Then I relapsed again, because I just did, all right? My bad. But then I said, you know what? 2 months almost. I almost reached 2 months. I need to continue this. I was feeling so good. Like I am right now, actually, to be honest with you. Then I did 247 days, like I just mentioned. I was the king of the world. Not to dominate anyone, I was just the master of my own domain, the master of my own life. I was very relaxed and calm. But then I remember my family went on vacation and I had to stay for work. So it was just me alone, and I was just tempted and I relapsed. And then I instantly regretted it. So then I said, you know what? That ain't ever happening again unless it's actually worth it. Or I'm doing it with a woman who is, high quality, or who is worthy of that, for me to give that energy. So, here I am, like I said, since February 20th, do the math. And when I started this video, I wasn't planning on making it an SR video, but I just wanted to talk about it right now because, again, I've been feeling very drawn to nature, and I've heard that that's one of the side effects of SR, is that you are drawn to nature and you begin to really care about everything, like life, the trees, the foliage. You begin to care about insects and other anything with life, like children. You see women a different way, you see other men a different way. If you're a guy watching this video, I really urge you to try it, at least for you guys are new to this. Maybe try it at least for 1 week, 7 days. It's going to be hard if you're not used to it, but after 7 days you can do 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks you can do a month, and after a month you can do 60 days, and after 60 days you can hit 90 days. Like, I relapsed on my old streak of 247 days. All right, that's roughly 240 divided by 6 divided by 30 is 8 month streak. That's my longest streak. That's 8 months. 8 months. All right. The streak I'm on now, this is the longest streak I've had since my longest streak that I relapsed on. So I had 247 days. I relapsed. Right now I'm at 73 days, and it's not necessarily about the days, I know, but I'm just telling you for your education in this video that I don't feel like I was on day 247, but I feel very invigorated whenever I go in public. Whenever I'm around other men, I instantly feel out of place because I can telepathically know that these guys aren't practicing, and the women around me aren't used to having a man like me around in their vicinity. And it has nothing to do with me bragging or saying I'm better than anyone. No, I'm not. I have a lot to learn. It's just that everything I've learned about SR is actually true, and I really can't believe it. So let me go back to how I opened up this video, okay? Lately, SR has really taken off. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I've heard some when I had a job, I heard some coworkers talk about it, but I think they were doing it for the wrong reasons, though. That's my whole point here. And I'm here to do it because I never fit in with the world. Ever since I was a kid, no one liked me. To this day, my family just pretends to accept me. I couldn't really hold a relationship very well because I would outgrow the woman I was with, or back then this was 8 years ago, was my last relationship. All right, I know some of you are thinking, it's terrible, but my last serious relationship, commitment, boyfriend girlfriend thing, was 8 years ago, guys. And this girl, I outgrew her after about month 2 or month 1.5. I outgrew her, and she was all over me. She liked me. All right, that's not the point. I'm just telling you the facts here. She liked me. She loved me. She would break rules for me. She would sneak out of the house for me. She would do all this stuff for me, and I outgrew her. All right, I'm not even making this up. She would offer me money. She loaned me like $50 once. She let me borrow their family car. All right, I don't know how the hell she pulled that off, but she let me borrow their car. They had like a Toyota something, and she let me borrow it. Because my car was in the shop. And I wasn't even retaining. I wasn't doing SR. I was plugged into the matrix mentally and mentally and physically, mentally and emotionally. I was plugged into the matrix. I did no self-improvement. I just felt, I consider, looking back, I think I was a weak person. And still, this girl really gave me everything. And she was older than me. Okay, that was before COVID. That was in 2018, 2019, before I graduated high school. Because I graduated in 2019, all right? So fast forward to now, I've been single this whole time, been working on myself, been doing spiritual practices, physical practices, cold showers every morning. I'm in shape. I've always been in shape. I work out still. I got a grip on my finances. I drive a beater car, so I don't have to worry about money, throwing away money on a nice car. You know, I just got hired at McDonald's, so I got fired from Target. But if you watch my previous few videos, I talked to you guys about how I got fired from Target. But then what I did is I got hired at McDonald's. And I'm really hopeful. My first day is on Tuesday, and so I'm really hopeful. I'm really hopeful that it's gonna turn out good. Tuesday's in 2 days. Today's Sunday. So everything for me, I've had downs, but then I have highs, or I have ups. So I have the downs and I have the ups. Excuse me. So this whole time I've been working on myself, like I said, been doing all those things. And the funny thing about it is that the world is not reflecting what I've changed inside. Everything is worse, the same or worse than it was before. I still have no friends. I'm not in a relationship. Girls I've talked to end up ghosting me. The guys I try and make friends with end up backstabbing me, or they just stop talking to me, so I get the hint and I back off. I'm talking about platonic, like, friendships here, with, trying to, like, be friends with bros and everything, so, I just fixed my car, like I mentioned in the previous video. I fixed my car. It's like, but nothing changed. It's like everything is the same. And it's hard to not get discouraged, and I understand. I had a comment on my last video, I think. Someone was saying that yeah, life has its ups and downs. Yes, it definitely does. But, the thing about people like me, if you're like me, we're not going to see any progress until the changes actually. It's going to take a decade, at least. In my case, I'll speak for myself. It's going to take a decade from today. Until I actually see positive upgrowth and change working into my life. What I mean by that is money, because I make minimum wage right now, so money-wise, material-wise, relationship-wise, friendship-wise, maybe family, but I'm this close to cutting off my family because they're not helping me grow. But what I'm trying to say here is that I think my perspective is that about a decade from today, all right, I'll begin to see the fruits of my labor. And it's, even though I've been toiling for the past 6, 7, 8 years, it's like, I just can't believe that nothing really has materialized. All right. And maybe if you're watching the video and you're older than me right now, maybe you have more life experience than I do. All right, I consider myself to be a wise person, to have learned a lot right now, but I'm sure there's some of you watching are even more experienced than me. Maybe you have some things to offer. Maybe you can tell me, is this how it's supposed to be, right? Like, so anyway, I'm going to end it here. That's what I want to say.